Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of King Davis Knowledge. In this video, we'll be discussing about pirates, their origin, their legacy, and the history that they left behind. We'll be discussing about famous pirates that have been well known in movies like Treasure Island, Pirates of the Caribbean, and many others throughout Hollywood. Now, let's begin and dive deep into this video. First on the list is Sir Francis Drake, nicknamed My Pirate by Queen Elizabeth I, was among the so-called Sea Dog privateers licensed by the English government to attack Spanish shipping. Drake sailed on the most famous voyage from 1577 to 1580, becoming the first English captain to circumnavigate the globe. On the same trip, he lost 4 of his 5 boats, executed a subordinate for allegedly plotting a mutiny, raided various Spanish ports, and captured a Spanish vessel loaded with treasure. A delighted Queen Elizabeth immediately knighted him upon his return. 8 years later, Drake helped defeat the Spanish Armada. Next is Henry Morgan. Perhaps the best known pirate of the buccaneering era, Henry Morgan once purportedly ordered his men to lock the inhabitants of Puerto Principe, Cuba, inside a church so that they could plunder the town unhindered. He then moved on to capture Portobello, Panama, by creating a human shield out of priests, women, and the mayor. Over the next few years, other brutal raids followed against 2 towns in Venezuela and Panama City. Though Morgan was briefly arrested in 1672, he ended up serving as acting governor of Jamaica in 1678, and again from 1680 to 1682. Ironically, the Jamaican legislature passed an anti-piracy law during his administration, and Morgan even assisted in pirate prosecution. Next is Captain Kidd. Once a respected privateer, Captain William Kidd set sail in 1696 with the assignment of hunting down pirates in the Indian Ocean. But he soon turned pirate himself, capturing vessels such as the Quedagh Merchant and killing a subordinate with a wooden bucket. A massive defection left him with a skeleton crew for the journey home, which included a stop at New York's Garner Island to bury treasure. Having run afoul of the powerful British East Indian Company, Kidd was arrested before making it back to England. He was then tried and executed, and his decaying body was displayed from the banks of the River Thames as a warning to other pirates. Next is Blackbeard. Born Edward Teach, Blackbeard intimidated enemies by calling smoking fuses into his long braided facial hair and by slinging multiple pistols and daggers across his chest. In November 1717, he captured a French slave ship, later renamed the Queen Anne's Revenge, and refitted it with 40 guns. With that extra firepower, he then blockaded the port of Charleston, South Carolina, until the town's residents met his demands for a large chest of medicine. After laying low for a few months in North Carolina, Blackbeard was killed in battle with the British Navy. Legend holds that he received 20 stab wounds and 5 gunshot wounds before finally succumbing. Last is Calico Jack. John Rackham, better known as Calico Jack, received a pardon for previous piracy acts in 1719. Nonetheless, he headed back out to the sea following a year after seizing a 12-gun sloop from Nassau Harbor in the Bahamas. Among Rackham's dozen or so followers were 2 of the only women pirates ever to ply Caribbean waters. One, Anne Bonny, had left her husband to be with Rackham, while the other, Mary Read, had purportedly been sailing for quite some time disguised in men's clothing. In October 1720, a pirate hunting boat overtook Rackham's drunken band. Only Bonny, Read, and perhaps one man are believed to have offered any resistance. Though Rackham was executed the following month, his female crewmates escaped the hangman's noose because both were found to be pregnant. Read died in prison soon after, and no one knows what became of Bonny. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this edition of King Davis Knowledge.